세계 곳곳의 소식을 한눈에 전해드리는 맵브리핑 코너입니다. 오늘 첫 소식은 미국 워싱턴 DC로 갑니다. 백악관 출입 기자단이 항의 성명을 냈습니다. 트럼프 미국 대통령의 중동 순방 전용기 동행 취재진에 주요 뉴스 통신사들이 빠졌기 때문인데요. 현지 시각 10일 미국 앤드루스 공군 기지를 출발해 사우디아라비아로 향한 트럼프 대통령의 에어포스원. 이날 동행 취재진에는 AP와 로이터통신, 블룸버그통신 등 주요 통신사들이 제외됐습니다. 이들 통신사는 대통령 집무실이나 에어포스원 등 장소가 비교적 협소하거나 보안 문제 등으로 소수의 풀 기자단만 구성될 때도 늘 포함되던 언론사들인데요. 백악관 출입기자협회는 항의 성명을 통해 이들의 기사는 매일 전 세계 수천 개의 뉴스 매체와 수백만 명의 독자에게 신속하게 배포되고 따라서 모두가 대통령에 대한 보도에 동등하게 접근할 수 있다고 밝혔습니다. AP는 이번 사태와 관련한 논평 요청에 캐롤라인 레빗 백악관 대변인이 응답하지 않았다고 전했고요. 백악관은 앞서 멕시코만을 미국만으로 표기하도록 한 트럼프 대통령의 지침을 따르지 않았다는 이유로 대통령 집무실과 전용기에서 AP의 취재를 막아서기도 했습니다.
A friend of mine because we went through this together and got along very well. But I want to thank you for the great job you're doing. I appreciate it. Here.
We're very happy and we're very eager to help. We know that you have a crime problem, a terrorism problem that you need help with. And we're a small country, but if we can help, we will do it. And we actually turned the murder capital of the world, that was the journalists call it, right? Murder capital of the world, into the safest country in the Western Hemisphere. And, you know, sometimes they say that we imprison thousands. I like to say that we actually liberated millions. So, you know, like...
That's very good. Who gave him that line? Do you think I can use that?
Yes. And in fact, Mr. President, you have... actually, what you're doing with the border is remarkable. It has dropped, what, 95%? It's incredible.
Got, as of this morning, 99%, 99.1% to be exact.
Why are those numbers not in the media?
Well, they get out with the fake news, you know, like CNN over here doesn't want to put them out because they don't like putting out good numbers. They only like putting out because I think they hate our country actually.
Yeah,
But it's a shame. You're right. Isn't that a great question? Why doesn't the media? Why don't they put out numbers?
Yeah, 99%. I mean, it's crazy, right?
He really lets them have it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There's no games.
No. It's very good.
He knows. Do you have any questions, please? Go. Let's not start with CNN because they're just so wrong. Yeah, please.
Can President Bukele weigh in on this? Do you plan to return him?
Well, I'm also not suggesting that I smuggle terrorists into the United States. Right?
It's only
How
CNN.
How can I return him to the United States? Like, if I smuggle him into the United States, or whether of course I'm not going to do it. It's like, I mean, the question is preposterous. How can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States? I don't have the power to return him to the United States.
But you could release him inside El Salvador.
Yeah, but I'm not releasing, I mean, we're not very fond of releasing terrorists into our country.
Vamos a enfocarnos de lleno en los problemas importantes, empezando por la economía.
세계 곳곳의 소식을 한눈에 전해드리는 맵브리핑 코너입니다. 오늘은 먼저 미국 워싱턴 DC부터 가보겠습니다. 트럼프 미국 대통령이 미국 CBS 방송의 시사 프로그램 60분을 맹비난하며 방송사가 문을 닫아야 한다고 주장했습니다. 트럼프 대통령이 자신의 SNS에 60분은 거의 매주 트럼프라는 이름을 경멸적이고 불명예스럽게 언급해왔지만 이번 주말 방송은 그중 최악이라고 비난하며 방송 면허를 박탈해야 한다고 썼습니다. 현지 시각 13일 60분은 젤렌스키 우크라이나 대통령의 인터뷰와 트럼프 대통령이 병합하려는 그린란드 관련 등 두 가지 내용을 방송했는데요. 젤렌스키 대통령은 이 방송에서 트럼프 대통령에게 직접 우크라이나에 와보길 바란다고 말했습니다.
Before any kind of decisions, any kind of formats of negotiations, come to see people, civilians, warriors, hospitals, churches, children, destroyed or dead.
또 그린란드 관련 방송에선 특파원이 트럼프 대통령을 비판하는 그린란드 주민과 인터뷰했습니다. 트럼프 대통령은 이 방송에 대해 뉴스로 위장한 부정직한 정치 공작원일 뿐이라고 맹비난했는데요. 앞서 트럼프 대통령은 지난해 대선 기간 60분이 경쟁자 해리스 전 부통령의 인터뷰를 방송하자 선거 사기를 주장하며 200억 달러, 약 28조 원 가액의 소송을 제기한 상태입니다.
Moving forward, the White House press pool will be determined by the White House press team. Legacy outlets who have participated in the press pool for decades will still be allowed to join, fear not, but we will also be offering the privilege to well-deserving outlets who have never been allowed to share in this awesome responsibility. In limited spaces, such as the Oval Office in Air Force One, is a privilege that unfortunately has only been granted to a few. It is not a legal right for all. The Trump administration has already proven to be the most transparent ever, and this president the most accessible in history. In fact, we want to double down and give even greater access to the American people. We want more outlets and new outlets to have a chance to take part in the press pool, to cover this administration's unprecedented achievements up close, front and center. As you all know, for decades, a group of DC-based journalists, the White House Correspondents Association, has long dictated which journalists get to ask questions of the President of the United States in these most intimate spaces. Not anymore. I am proud to announce that we are going to give the power back to the people who read your papers, who watch your television shows, and who listen to your radio stations. Moving forward, the White House press pool will be determined by the White House press team. Legacy outlets who have participated in the press pool for decades will still be allowed to join, fear not, but we will also be offering the privilege to well-deserving outlets who have never been allowed to share in this awesome responsibility. Just like we added a new media seat in this briefing room, legacy media outlets who have been here for years will still participate in the pool, but new voices are going to be welcomed in as well. As part of these changes, we will continue the rotation amongst the 5 major television networks to ensure the president's remarks are heard far and wide around this world. We will add additional streaming services which reach different audiences than traditional cable and broadcast. This is the ever-changing landscape of the media in the United States today. A select group of DC-based journalists should no longer have a monopoly over the privilege of press access at the White House. All journalists, outlets, and voices deserve a seat at this highly coveted table. So by deciding which outlets make up the limited press pool on a day-to-day basis, the White House will be restoring power back to the American people. So in that note, in our new media seat today, we have Shelby Talcott, who is a White House reporter for Semaphore. In 2022, Semaphore launched as a global digital news platform with the aim of bringing meaningful innovations to the news industry. Today, they have nearly 1 million newsletter subscribers spanning 11 separate editions. With that, Shelby, I will take your questions.
Was talking about Venezuela, and he said that the president isn't someone who wants regime change.
Lawsuit that AP brought against yourself and your team into that.
Well, first of all, John, it's great to see you. And you are one of those individuals who has you're on a streaming platform that hundreds of thousands of people tune into every day. So it's great to see you in the briefing room. I did address that actually in my opening remarks by announcing that the White House press team in this administration will determine who gets to enjoy the very privileged and limited access in spaces such as Air Force One and the Oval Office.